I realize that I don't do a lot of videos on the things that I do indoors. So today I'm going to show you how I sous vide um, a T-bone steak. Here I have chicken that I did on 11/12. This one is a curry chicken, and this one is just seasoned with my seasonings that I grew. But today I'm going to show you how I do a T-bone. It's about an inch thick, a little over a pound. Both of them are. This is like 1.7 pounds and about an inch thick. And so for an inch thick bone-in T-bone steak, you want to sous vide it for approximately an hour and a half to 2.5 hours on between 129 to 134 degrees for your steak to be medium well, and that's how I like mine. So I got the sous vide set. I have it set for 134 degrees and it's set for 2.5 hours. Right now it's on 105 degrees. The clock will not start ticking until it's down, or until the temperature reaches that 134 degrees. I'm trying to keep this video as a short and under 3 minutes. So the steaks have been washed. I'm adding my garlic. This is elephant garlic that I grew last year. I'm adding garlic to both of them. You can season it any way you want. I'm also adding some shallots that I grew. Yes, I repurposed my seasoning containers, and I also have people bringing me seasonings. And this is my wild onion and salt that I go out and pick out of my yard every spring. And I'm going to add some curry just because I love curry. And I only season one side because I always season the other side once I'm about to cook it, because I might want to change the flavor up a little bit. Now, this is a personal preference because when I put them in the vacuum seal bags, it pulls the juice. So I always wrap it first. If I'm not going to freeze it first, I'll wrap it in some cling wrap, and then I'll put it into these bags. Now that I have it in the vacuum seal bags, put it in, and then I don't think that was all the way in there. I'm going to make 3 minutes, but let's try this again. Hold on 1 second. So we're going to suck all the air out as much as possible and then have it sealed, because you don't want these bags to float when you put it in the sous vide. You want as little air in them as possible. So that one is done. So here's the second one, and you'll notice it's sucking the air out, but there's no liquid running out into the machine. So then you seal it. It's all sealed. So now we take it over here to the sous vide. We drop it in the water. And of course I didn't make that 3 minutes, so oh well, I tried, guys. So you put it in the water, and I try to put them side by side instead of on top of each other. You see the water temperature is now 104, working up to that 134. And then the last thing you do is you drop these balls in here, and what they do is they keep your food underwater. So that's it, guys. That's how you sous vide, and that's how you get the really tender meat. And what it's doing actually is cooking the meat, but it's cooking it in water. So once you take it out, you can either stick it in the freezer and cook it later, or you can cool it down and then cook it right away, and you'll have a really, really tender piece of meat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the freezer and cook it later. It will be totally done. And once I pull it out the freezer, all I have to do is brown it a little bit and get the center to my specifications, which is medium rare. And so that's it, guys. I didn't make the 3 minutes, but I wanted to show you how I do that. And I would stay here until it's 134 degrees, but it's going to take a minute, even though I did put hot water in my pan. And I use my canning pan, and I always set it in the sink to do it because this pan will get really hot, excuse me, depending on what temperature you cook on. So that's it. This is how you sous vide T-bone steaks. They're a little over a pound, and I'm cooking them for medium wellness. And so I'm going to cook them for 2.5 hours at 134 degrees. All right, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I am out.